Hey Kylie, did you hit the 500 likes?
I'm just gonna do this video ahead of time anyways, because I know you guys are amazing. You guys want to see the most underrated decks of this format. July 2019 has been amazing for some people. It's been pretty trash for me, but we're not gonna talk about that. I'm gonna bring you the sauce. In this video, we're gonna be talking about some decks that are underlooked, some decks that can sneak up upon the meta and give it a big splash, because while the Forbidden List did taketh away, it gave us so many awesome strategies that can now compete. I'm TheCaliEffect, and if you guys want to see more videos like this, then go and destroy that subscribe button. But more importantly, go hit that notification bell because, well, we just too strong. Also want to give a special thanks to every single one of my Patreons. Without you guys, videos like this would not be possible. And if you guys want to see more of Cali, just your boy, go ahead and follow me on Instagram, ladies and gentlemen. I post pretty regularly of me getting these gains. Without further ado, I present to you the most underrated decks for the July 2019 format. We got Qliphort Scout to 3. Check. Skill drain still at 1. That's the bad thing. But we got Qliphort Scout to 3. That's why this deck is going in the underrated category instead of one of the best decks of the format. I'm not saying Qliphort Scout will solve all the remedies that the deck does have, but at the cost of pay 8, you can search any Qliphort card from your deck to your hand. The deck still has Qliphort Stealth, so you can still get rid of cards on the field without the fear of being interrupted. I think Qliphorts are sneaky good, especially seeing that they're all Monarch targets. Seriously. Qliphort Monarch could be a thing. It might be a thing. I'm thinking about making it a thing. It's a thing. It's now officially a thing. Even without skill drain, Qliphort still has the Monarchs Erupt and their very own skill drain-like card. I think that it will be a very fun anti-meta deck. Pot of Extravagance does definitely make the deck a lot better, and since they're pendulum monsters, you'll probably always have access to be able to activate Pot of Extravagance. The deck does have Qliphort Genius, and it is a machine-based deck. So it definitely got support through all of the machine link monsters. It'll be exciting to see what Qliphorts can do. So look, J. Cole got this line. Y'all can sing along if y'all know it. Go ahead. Fool me one time, shame on you. Fool me twice, can't put the blame on you. Fool me 3 times, y'all already know. Bro, y'all already know, but Nekroz fooled me once and twice. You ain't gonna fool me 3 times. I'm not gonna say you're one of the best decks in the format, but Nekroz and Shriek does definitely pique my interest. It's one of the catalysts to Nekroz being a good deck. Now having access to be able to summon any of your Nekroz monsters for 1 tribute times 2, the deck could be looked at as a little bit more of a contender than it once was before. Nekroz Atrishula is still that card. Banishing a card on your opponent's side of the field, hand, and graveyard, that could be a game winner out there. It has some really good matchups against some of the meta decks that need to rely on the graveyard. I think that the deck will be fine, but as far as saying, oh my god, it's tier 1, bro, I load the chopper, let it rain on you. It's just not happening. The next strategy is Magical Musketeer. Me and TJ were really playing with that. We liked it. It was cool. Activating spell and trap cards from our hand and negate our opponent's card effects, destroy their cards, have a DD Crow in our hand at any given time. It felt pretty good. But what put it over the top is the Link monster, Magical Musketeer Max, because it allows you to search Magical Musket spell or trap cards up to the number of monsters your opponent has, or it allows you to spell summon Magical Musket monsters up to the number of spell or trap cards your opponent has. Meaning that as long as your opponent decides to play Yu-Gi-Oh!, not only does this card become viable, it gets you a significant amount of advantage, which could just outright overwhelm the opponent. Magical Musketeers are very fun to play. It's a deck that allows you to play spell and trap cards without using your spell and trap card zone. The only problem is consistency, but hey, Magical Musketeer Max definitely helps that. In the OCG, the deck does fairly well. I want this success to transfer over to the TCG. You guys know I love checklists, so let's do a quick checklist. Rekindling came to 3. Monster Gate came to 3. What deck can play both of those cards? Infernoid. Infernoid plays those cards. Now, Rekindling, maybe not so much, but bringing out multiple copies of Infernoid Decatron from your graveyard to your side of the field, I could be mad, but this could also be Sparta, okay? Also, Monster Gate. You look at it, you're like, Monster Gate, not too great. And then you realize, hey, I can tribute that one Decatron, send 40 Infernoid monsters from my deck to the graveyard. I don't know if there's 40 Infernoid monsters, but you get my point. Send them all from the deck to the graveyard, and then play Yu-Gi-Oh! Because now all of my Infernoids are in the graveyard and I'll be able to play. Also, the deck still has Void Imagination at 3, which says, hey, you play out the extra deck G. You go, boy. Let me play for my deck. And then it has Void Feast, which can put up to 5 negations on the board. So yeah, I think that Infernoids are pretty good. I haven't even started talking about their boss monsters, Deviati, being able to destroy all spell or trap cards on the field and negate monster effects, and Onuku being able to destroy all monsters on the field and negate spell and trap cards effects. And the worst thing, these cards banish. They don't just negate the activation, they banish them. This is crazy. This deck is Sparta. This deck is madness. The only thing we need is reasoning, but we'll take the rekindling in the monster game. So losing terraforming to True Draco, it's like one of those things where you're like, oh, we lost 2 Draco, or terraforming, that sucks. What other draw cards can we play to like just mitigate that? Because at this point in time, True Draco is just like a super draw deck where it doesn't even matter. It's going to get into that Dragonic diagram no matter what. So losing 1 card, oh man, maybe you just play Desires, maybe you just play Extravagance or whatever, maybe you just don't care. True Draco has not changed. It still tributes your spell cards to summon monsters and destroy your opponent's spell cards. Then it tributes trap cards to summon monsters on your opponent's turn and destroy your opponent's monsters. Man, did I forget to mention that the True Draco monsters have effects to recur you these spell and trap cards every time your opponent activates card effects? I feel like a broken record. I've been talking about this deck for like 2 years. It's still underrated, it's still good, and it's still really powerful in this meta, especially against back row heavy decks where you can just activate spell cards and then just play Yu-Gi-Oh! Off them playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Traptrix is another deck that we were really excited about. Like seriously, when we looked at it, we were like, bottomless trap hole? We really gotta play that card? Now we're like, I mean like, pick your trap. Like, have you ever been to the candy store and you wanted this? That's all the trap hole cards were. Because network trap hole, man, banish cards face down for your opponent plays. Then you have Traptrix trap hole nightmare, which, oh, you want to activate monster effects? Nah, G, that's not how it's gonna happen. You got time space trap hole, which like bounces those extra deck cards. And then, oh, you're right, you got floodgate trap hole, which flips your opponent's monsters face down permanently so they can't be used for a link summon. Traptrix Sarah is probably the most busted support Konami has ever given to a deserving archetype. Being able to gain like monster summons off of normal trap cards, something that the deck plays, and being able to gain trap hole cards off your Traptrix monsters, rewarding you for playing the archetype, man, it feels really powerful to play. Altergeist lost Multi-Faker to 1. I don't care. I legitimately just, I don't care. I don't even see that as a problem. The problem would have been getting to Multi-Faker until I realized that Sengan is at 3 and Solomon Great Almirage is at 3. So this is what you do. You normal summon the Sengan, you use it for a link summon it to Almirage, and you search the Multi-Faker. Now, how do you get the Multi-Faker back into your hand after you summon it? I don't know. You gotta figure that out yourself. I could just show you the water. You gotta find out how to like get it all together. But I did half of it and I won't credit. So Altergeist still have everything plus Solemn Judgment to 3. Like seriously, that's like the best negate card. And then it also still has Multi-Faker and it's still very searchable. I think that it's probably a good thing that Konami decided to hit the deck because it might have been the best deck of the format secretly with the Sengan and Solomon Great Almirage combo. The last deck just gets support after support and no one bats an eye. But once it starts topping everything, everyone will go batshit crazy. Invoked Mekk-Knight is the most underrated deck of the format because it was already good last format. Players have been having success with this strategy because normal summoning Alester, the Invoker, and then using it for your future plays, whether you're making Macabre for negations or you're making Paraga Trio to attack for game, even if you're making Ragin to have disruption on your opponent's turn, the deck has been able to flow pretty nice. The Mekk-Knight cards just play off for your opponent. Hey, you have cards in these columns? Let me summon monsters for free and then gain advantage. Well, Psyframe Lord Lambda actually gets you cards to search. Literally, like, Psyframe Lambda literally just says, oh, you play Mekk-Knight? Well, heck, I can search you hand traps to be able to disrupt your opponent. Oh, and you can activate them from your hand even if you do control monsters. Oh, and I only require generic monsters, so getting Alistair to the graveyard is free. Solomon Great Almirage just says the same thing. Oh, you don't need Alistair in your field? Oh, heck. It was a normal summon monster at 1,000 less attack. Just link summon right into me, and now you have the Alistair into the graveyard. Invocation can banish your opponent's cards to fusion summon for your monsters. The deck can OTK, it has negation, it can search its hand traps. It feels like Subterrors except more underrated because Subterrors are definitely known as a deck. Thank you guys so much for watching another segment of the TheCaliEffect. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a like, and if you really did, consider joining our Patreon. We have so many awesome rewards. Please like, comment, subscribe, but most of all, enjoy. I hope you guys are having a great day, like I am.